All right, what's up, guys? We're doing a late night podcast here, but it's December 20th, and today I got KnitePhox from Chicago, one of the Smashboards veterans, Kyara veterans, with his technological and technical knowledge, the helper of all. And I got Funk Unknown, the
Thank
original
you.
the original founding member of IXI, I believe, or one of the two.
The great Ixie, thank you.
So today we're going to be talking about what not enough people play, and that's teams. We're going to get into why maybe people don't play it, or rather, how people can, get more into it. But we're going to be talking about just everything regarding teams and eventually leading into Apex stuff. So, what I want to start off with is, a lot of people are singles players, right? Like most people just plug in and do rotations and everything. But you guys are almost perennially on the server doing, just teams or asking for teams chats.
Teams only, baby.
So what, just for a personal insight, what for you? Because I know Knight plays one-on-ones, but Funk, you're almost exclusively teams from what I've seen. So what for you is like the
What is
bigger,
it that draws me to teams?
yeah, more so than singles?
It's just mostly the play style. And me, like, I have a lot of, I'm a very, I don't know. I think of a lot of things at once. So, in teams, there's a lot of action going on. So, anything that's like, I can keep going in or keep attacking, constant action, aware of everything at all times. Like, I don't know. The reason why I play teams over one-on-ones is because there's a lot of lulls in one-on-ones. Whereas
There's
in teams, there's more fucking shit up
there's a lot of
all the time.
constant action going on.
Yeah.
So you like just like the
The what?
hectic nature of it, like more so. Well, not well, I don't know if hectic is necessarily the right word, but
Yeah, when you're in a good teams match, it's like organized chaos.
and Knight, you're another, like proponent of teams.
Yeah, I really enjoy teams. It's my favorite way to play Smash 64 personally.
So you
Um
go on.
about teams, what I like about it is pretty close to what Funk said, that it's because of all the action that's happening, and you can think about all the potential scenarios that you can get into or avoid or create. It's like you get so many more possibilities when you add the extra variables of more players on the map. It's just
Yeah.
it's something different that you can't get in singles. I mean,
Right.
singles will be probably a little more cerebral, and teams can be that way as well with depending on your partner. Like you can have a standard team team where you have the offensive player and defensive player. You guys kind of play off each other and
Yeah.
the opponents as well.
A
And
lot of that I think
another
has to
big
do with
thing
play
is like,
styles too.
yeah, definitely.
If you say like someone, take me and Frog for example. Frog's very, very aggressive. So all I have to do with Frog is just fucking cover his space and then make sure like, because he's also very aware of situations too. So um, he's like like you're like this too. When we have that synergy going, you can just pass to each other, get those hits from across the map, go right into like hitting someone else.
Yeah,
But
it's great having hitbox and spatial coverage, and
yeah,
also like like dual spacing in the air and on the ground. It's like
yep,
it's just crazy in this game anyway.
That's pretty interesting to me though. That like, Funk, you just mentioned like how Frog has a aggressive play style, so you can kind of hang back and do more.
yeah.
And I know, NightFox is a very aggressive player as well. But do you guys like have chemistry with a lot of like
adapt.
the regular people that you play with.
Yeah, that's
Like
how you can tell someone who's very good at teams is if they can adapt, like
to their
you,
teammate more
to
so
their
than
teammate and to their and also to the
The
who they're
situation
playing against.
mostly.
Yeah,
So like it can change in a second
and yep,
with one back throw or one gimp. You know, the positional advantage swings very quickly. So you have to switch up strategy and mentality if
yeah,
you're trying to get that W.
that
But
dub.
yeah, it's very interesting to me, the whole team's concept and play, and more than that, it's more fun for me.
yeah.
For me, what I use as I have a lot of ways to like gauge people, like on how I should be playing on their team. So usually with me, you can tell if I'm feeling comfortable with you is when I grab people and I throw them right away. If I throw them right away, that means that I'm comfortable that you're going to be aware of like of all my moves.
Right.
Whereas sometimes I tend to grab someone, I'll stay there for a second to let my opponent, I mean my teammate know like, all right, look, I got this grab, and obviously I want to throw him to you, so just get ready in the next second.
Right. So a player like if you were to team with, excuse me, with like Y bomb, right? Your
Yeah.
immediate reaction is grab
I'll
back
just
turn.
throw him right away, right towards Y bomb, and he'll know. So
And
like Y bomb could be comboing somebody, and then
He'll
I'll
just
grab one
stop,
whoever,
and
throw
then
him right to him. Y bomb turn, hit him back to me,
yeah,
continue what he's doing, and then
yeah, and that I think is, I mean, that requires pretty damn good timing because
yeah,
I mean, I don't really know the like what determines whether or not, when you throw someone into another player and they receive knockback.
yeah.
I don't know what determines that. KnitePhox, do you or do you Funk?
what are
It
you referring to? You're referring to um, them being thrown, the trajectory that they go, or
No, like
like the damage and knockback that their body deals when they get thrown, or I don't know what.
if me and you are on a team and I throw Funk
it's
towards
it's
you.
I think it's a matter of like in that situation, the person who grabs them, you got to be aware that of what your teammate's doing. So like if you obviously if you know you have good chemistry and then you know they're about to hit the enemy away, throw them in that moment, and then you both have an understanding that he's gonna hit them back to you.
Yeah,
Then just come
and
from it's all a matter of timing and like what Knight said before, reading the situation.
and there will be like they might have the hitbox out already because otherwise if they don't have the
Yep.
hitbox out then they'll just
Oh
like your
yeah,
teammate will get damaged and get
and
knocked back.
Yeah.
yeah, I would say most situations having the hitbox out early gives you that lower knockback, lower damage hitbox, a softer hit,
Right,
and that
better
allows
setup.
for easier setup into a passing situation. It's a beautiful thing sometimes, but and in the same respect, if you do it too early, you may miss the entire hitbox. So
And get hit
it's
yourself.
it's a, it's a big deal about timing and space as well, because if not only can you get a low hit or a low knockback hit or completely miss it, but if you're getting an opponent thrown to you, they get a hitbox themselves, so you can get hit, and that will just mess things up further in
Yeah,
most situations. So
yeah, that's what I was
it's
referring to.
it's it's definitely something that you need practice in to get down for sure.
Yeah, and that's something that you can't practice. You can't go into training mode and do that kind of thing.
Right.
That requires you to have someone there,
Yes.
throwing people at you, throwing the,
And most important, it requires that you're in a game of people who know. Because let's be honest, it's like you either know how to play teams or you don't. And if you play in a game with someone like, say, Knight, Boom, and Z is in the game, and Z are in the game, you
right.
know you that team game you're in, you're
Yeah,
gonna be learning something from it.
yeah,
So
and I mean that you just mentioned three online guys, and I mean I think it's a pretty obvious
yeah, that I
statement
play
that
online.
online guys just they know teams.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
I really don't know any console players who can really play teams on the same level that some of these other guys can. I mean I know a player like Caesar. Caesar's console only kid, doesn't play online, doesn't really play teams. But when he does play teams, he just has a good sense of it, and that's a rarity in my opinion. But to play online, like, who are other online guys? It's you
I
and
would say
Knight.
Sensei is pretty good in teams.
Sensei's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the spatial awareness, and he can pick up synergy quick because he
Yeah.
can play either role, defensive or
And what I
offensive.
love about sorry not to cut you off, but what I love about Sensei is how fun he is.
Oh,
Like
absolutely. From playing
every
Sensei
time I
in
play with
singles,
him,
I feel like
it's so much fun. He doesn't give a shit about winning. Like he'll troll people, but he's obviously very good at the game, but he doesn't have anything to prove.
right. I mean, he's done a lot, but
Yeah.
there's also other people that I've noticed from online, like I mean, you mentioned Froggles. You know, I've only played him twice because he's seldom on anymore, it seems, but
Yeah.
the first teams game I played was actually against him and Y-Bomb, and they comboed a Kirby suck into rest, and I didn't play teams for a
The
long time after
combo.
that.
Good old suck rest combo.
But there's also, Mats, right?
Yeah,
Like
Mats is good too.
another
Well,
good,
Mats is good sometimes with teams.
only sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, like it's, I don't know. It seems like it's dependent on the day
Yeah.
with him, because he can either, if you're teaming with him, he can either spend the whole session hitting you, not really caring about your well-being, just to get hit on the other players, or sometimes he can pass to you 6, 7 times in a row in a single combo. It's really
Yeah.
it's
Volatile.
it's really night and day. Yeah,
Yeah.
volatile when you team with him. So it's he's good, but I guess coin flip, depending on the day.
And I mean, for anyone listening who doesn't know, these are online players. Matt's regarded as like one of the best online Kirby's. I don't know how often people say it in jest or not, but I really
Yeah,
think
he's good.
Mats is a great
Yes.
player, and Frog as well. Frog is damn good. But there's also, I Love Smash is another guy, plays online. Visited Fyro over at Google a couple days ago. Just hung out, played. Uh, the you're the iXi guys. There are a lot of teams players, right?
iXi, by the way. I don't know if
iXi.
you.
Okay.
How dare you? How dare you not know this, man? I've known him for so long. But what is it? What'd you ask if the other guys are what?
Yeah, like
If they
Fade,
play, you
right?
said?
It teams primarily, right? Fade is part of
Fate. Yeah,
iXi.
Fate's new online, but he hasn't been playing recently. But yeah, he likes playing teams. But the other guys, I don't know. They do whatever they want. They play whatever. Like Zero, for example, he's been probably the most active,
Hmm.
and he plays a lot of one-on-ones. Like he used to go into Skype chats with Bane and just play one-on-ones. Try to learn a lot from Bane.
The kid from Connecticut or the kid from Texas?
Who?
Zero.
Zero?
Because
Fuck.
there's two.
I don't know.
One of them.
I think he lives. Yeah, that's a damn. I hope he doesn't listen to this because then he's gonna be disappointed.
Wait, you said it's Daniel?
No, I don't know. I don't know where he lives.
Oh, well, it's one of them.
Yeah,
But,
whatever.
but yeah,
But nah, yeah, they play whatever.
yeah, it
But
seems like it's more online oriented than console. And I mean, part of
yeah,
the
definitely.
problem, of course, is that playing on console leads to a lot of lag, a lot of going at 55, 56 frames per second. And
Yeah.
on Dreamland, there's all the sprites, the water, the tree moving, the background, and everything. But that brings me to like more like the organization of teams itself. In that, so I mean, everybody's gonna play on Dreamland, right?
Right.
And everybody, there's also Congo and there's Peaches for legal stages, but Saffron,
Probably only Dreamland.
Dreamland only. Like I mean Hyrule, I
Nah,
don't know.
but that's usually how it comes down. What it boils down to online.
I don't know. Yeah, online. Yeah,
Online.
that's pretty much it online. But when you talk about a console tournament, I've seen many times teams counterpick to Congo based on their opponents and stuff. So it's the other stages have their use, but yeah, when you regard online, it's mostly Dreamland.
Well, if we look at console tournaments, um, you know,
How is Congo played? Usually in teams.
night.
Well, that depends on. It's super variable, like a lot of different things can factor in whether or not people want to go to Congo. Mostly,
Yeah.
the characters with crappy recovery. Depending on the counter pick system at the tournament, you know, their console can get picked more or less. But yeah, even on console, Dreamland is the most played stage for teams
Is
for sure.
Peaches well Hyrule? You know, I mean, it was banned in singles, and I'm not sure about at Zenith if it were legal or not. But do you feel like Hyrule has its place in teams? In that
Yes,
it
definitely.
in that it doesn't have the same problems that it brings up in singles.
Well, it's when you get technical about it, it still does have the same problems, but they are lessened by the fact that there's two people on each opposing end, the defensive and offensive. So when you consider camping, or like dodging, yeah, I suppose I suppose camping, and you can go ahead and lessen lessen the amount of time that happens. Like, for example, a match like Gerson Boom pretty much would never happen in teams
Right.
with the same amount of stocks, even, or I would say even double amount of stocks, because you have just too many more variables to consider, like not hitting your teammate, one of them.
Right.
So if you're trying to spam projectiles, you got to not hit them. I mean, if you do, it's disadvantageous. So,
What
a
if it comes
bunch
down
of
to
factors.
a one-on-one though at the end?
Yes, that's where it will come back into play. That's why it's still prevalent.
Right. Right. How often do teams matches go down to one-on-one?
Yeah.
Is it common, or is it like
I'd
more
say
rare?
semi-common, like something about like maybe 40% of teams games are less, something like that. Most of them won't, but the ones that do can end up being a little campy.
Hmm.
And I would say more so than 1v1s, because
You
you're
don't you
you're
don't want to
trying
let your
to win.
teammate down.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to win for your team.
Right.
You don't want to let them down.
And so, do team speaks on average take longer than one-on-ones in
Mm,
And
your experience, anyway?
in my experience, no, they're much quicker.
yeah.
And like for stock count, I know people were discussing 4 stocks, 5 stocks, but I think 4 stocks in a team situation, just because, well, then again, if the games don't take as long, then maybe 5 stock still works out just as fine. But, I don't know. I don't really know how it's going to work out at Apex with all that. But what I am curious about is how the counter pick system works in the characters. So,
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. I think it varies from tournament to tournament. At my locals here, which granted I've only been to them a handful of times, and recently been flaking, but the teams tournaments have been both players both players of each team pick characters at the same time you would as if it was singles. So like each team picks both of their characters at the same time.
I see. So, blue team wins, so blue team picks their character after.
Right. And I don't see how it could be any other way really. Like if you pick like AB or something like that, like,
Right.
or rather ACBD,
Hmm.
like for the amount of the players in the game, because how would you determine who goes first, who goes second? And you're going to end up into a crazy counterpick system, but that could be a thing at Apex,
Yeah.
depending on how serious they want to get the rules done. But I would say for the most part, just go ahead and have the team pick both of their characters and in place of one player, as it is for singles.
Right, just the team as a whole. So, with Apex coming up, I mean, you mentioned that in the Chicago tourneys, you've had teams tournaments there, and there have been
Yeah.
team side events all, maybe in, like, I think SoCal may have had one. We've had some here, maybe one or two as a side thing. But, Zenith is where Strife was like, all right, we're giving you guys doubles. And it made a return, and honestly, I was surprised as all hell that doubles was going to be on Friday. I mean, I was not expecting that. But
What time does it start?
doubles is at 11 a.m. on Friday.
Yeah.
So, but
Stream
there's
time?
excuse me,
Stream time?
stream. I don't know if they're streaming. I think they're streaming, but they'll probably start streaming at 11 as well.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is that, there's going to be so many. Excuse me. There's going to be so many like different personalities playing teams. Like there might be a couple kids coming from Pennsylvania who want to team together. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then there'll be well, Funk, are you are you playing in the tournament, or are you just going and
I'm
playing?
probably coming later that day.
And Knight, did you register for doubles?
I think
Yeah,
it's with Paige.
I'm gonna be teaming with Pidge this year.
Oh yeah. So, so it'll probably be like Y-bomb vowels or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
How long?
I
How long
heard
bombs in the tournament?
that Bomb is gonna be Bomb. I was talking to Bomb earlier today, and he was telling me about how Vowels is gonna show up on the next day, like on Saturday or late Friday or something, because he's got business to handle. So
Oh,
I'm not sure that they'll be teaming for the tournament anyway.
it's a little disappointing to see like so many normal people that team together kind of be split up. But you know,
Yeah,
but
such is life.
yeah. But last year, you guys had the unofficial teams thing, right? And that
Right.
Who won that?
was
Oh, that was booming. And yeah, that's right.
yeah, that was Team
Yes.
Nahor. That I just know that they had won, but who came in second? Was it Keyboard?
That was the Keyboard Kids.
And team was that Team Mexico? I think was after that.
Yeah, I think so.
Dex and Mariguas, and the keyboard guys were Star King and Killer, and Team Nahor is Boom Fan and Jaime. So I mean, I know Boom and Jaime are teaming again for this Apex,
Yes.
and if Star King doesn't flake, he'll presumably team with Killer. And
Flake as in that go to Apex?
yeah,
What?
it's Star King.
Damn.
But there's also, like Team Love. If Team Love goes and it's actually Z and Tacos, then I think it'll be pretty interesting to see a lot of these different. Because last year, Tacos played with Jam,
I just want to hug tacos. I just want to put that out there. All right.
but I think everybody wants to have Tacos.
Thank
Yeah. Everyone needs a good George squeeze.
Good Jorge squeeze. But I think that eventually the numbers are going to go up a little bit more. I mean, obviously they're going to go up for singles, but I don't know exactly what the final numbers are going to be, or what they're even projected to be for doubles. I mean, how many people do you see come in for doubles, or how many individual teams?
I'd say probably no more than 32 teams. If anything, around 20 teams, I would estimate.
And that, I mean, that probably wouldn't take the entire, I think, 6 hours we've been allotted.
Yeah, whatever it is, I don't think we're gonna meet the projected finish. We'll probably end before then, if that is, assuming that everything, lands in its place with everyone being at their matches, no setups break or
Right, right.
acts of God, whatever.
And I mean, with the OC consoles, are there gonna be like however many there? Do you have any
Well,
that you're bringing for it?
I'm going to I'm going to bring as many as I can. Yes.
I know Smash has one, but I don't know if Funk is Smash playing in the
Ah,
tournament.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a bit. You probably know more than I would about
Yeah,
that.
I spoke to him today. Um, I believe he's gonna show up. Yeah, but unfortunately not with Boss Man,
Oh, no Bossman?
his team's
Bossman's
buddy.
like,
I don't think he's gonna be showing up to the
This,
next Apex.
this is killing
this,
me.
who's Smash coming going with?
Um, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he'll show up.
And if that increases like the potential number of OC consoles, things will probably run a little bit smoother.
Hopefully, yeah. But if they're gonna be serious about the teams tournament this year, then they might want to run them all, like have all teams matches for tournament run on OC or all not, because that would be really the only fair scenario for everyone. If it's any other way, if then that's it's kind of bad for the people that don't have the
What if
opportunity
they
to use
agree
it.
to it though? Like if they're right
Um,
with it.
then that's great for the people who get to use it, but for the people who don't, that's unfortunate, So it's fair slash unfair scenario that could arise if they allow some people to use and not others. Not necessarily due to
But is that how
them
everybody feels
restricting
about it?
it.
Is what I'm more trying to.
Oh, yeah. I'm not everyone. I'm pretty
That's what I'm
sure that it would be okay with most people, but at the same time, you have to consider the fairness and rules and whatever.
How big of a issue is it, like, if one team is playing on an OC and then their potential opponents for the next match aren't, like, is it that much of a discrepancy?
Well, the thing is if you're practicing with your partner and another team on a non-OC, and then you go up for a tournament match and you guys play on OC, it's not going to be like what you practice. And let's say that the other team practiced on the same OC, they're going to have the advantage initially, and that could be enough to sway the match in one way. And that's what I think matters more than who exactly plays on tournament time.
I see. So who do you think for Apex? I mean, just to throw like some names out there. You think Boom and Jaime are going for broke on it? They're
Oh
looking
yeah,
looking for a repeat.
I don't see anyone beating that team this year. Like maybe a match, but pretty lucky to get a set. In my opinion, those guys are monsters. They have insane team synergy.
Not even like the two aforementioned, Z and Tacos or
Z
Star
and
King,
Tacos could probably give them some trouble, but I don't see them beating them.
or even Star King and Killer, just
Star King Killer,
uncommentable.
nah. I think on the Star King Killer team, I think, yeah, I think that Boom and Jaime would get them too, only because of Killer. I think Star King has a little easier time against Jaime and Boom as well, but I'm pretty sure Killer would be the downfall in that scenario. Shots.
Well, I mean, maybe you can't pass Killer as well. Well, throws, actually, you can't DI throws,
Right.
so his DI would just not come in handy there. But I mean, Apex should be a lot of fun just to see how teams is going to unfold. I think Clubba and Jimmy Joe are teaming together, and I think Fyro's
Nice.
doing it up again with Nintendude.
Yeah, that's going to be another strong team, Fire Nintendo.
I know Nintendude's a very good teams player, right? Did he? I
Yeah, it's pretty smart.
think he won with Isaiah one year, didn't he?
Yes.
At
Was that
Sony,
2012?
Yeah.
which is, I mean, that's pretty good. Assume I didn't see any matches or anything, but I don't know if like Isaiah just carried
No, he didn't carry. Nintendo put in some work. I think one of the matches he 2v1'd in winners finals
Mm,
for the finish. So, granted, they were both high percent, but it's still 2v1.
yeah.
So,
So, I mean, it's hard, you know.
yes. Well, they're all the teams tournament of 2012 is all uploaded on my channel, so
Is
you
it?
can check that out if you want to see all of teams of 2012 is on there.
Is 2014 around anywhere?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna be bringing an extra Dazzle,
Okay.
but unfortunately, I only have the ability to bring one laptop. So, see if I can get a laptop from Como or something. Maybe I'll just sell that Dazzle over there for a few bucks. Whoever wants to use it.
Yeah.
I think Blood said he wanted a Dazzle. Probably hook him up.
Yeah. 'Cause I did hear
Get
that
some more.
last Apex's teams were like some of the best teams play
That
there
was
been.
there were a lot of ridiculous matches that were not on the recording setup
Oh,
last year. It was insane. We should have had 2 recording setups. Unfortunately, we didn't, and we missed out on crazy matches like from Mariguas and Dexter, as well as ones from Boss Man and Smash, and I forget who they were playing, but they had some crazy combos they were playing. Ridiculous. I never seen that
The
kind of
one,
synergy from those two before.
the
It's
match
really
with
crazy.
you and Bomb versus Boss and Smash. That
Oh
was
yeah,
crazy.
that was not on recording either.
That
That
was
was
nope.
that was a wild match too. Yeah.
Funk, who did you play in it?
Nah, nah.
Oh,
Wait, I think I did actually, but I was playing with a 64 controller.
oh, right. I
I forgot
forgot.
who. I was playing with Vowels, I believe. Yeah, I don't remember who we lost to though.
I always forget that you don't use a 64 controller.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, hey, if there are
I have
adapters,
actually that little adapter that I can connect my GameCube to the 64 console.
yeah,
So I'm gonna try that because I know Zeds uses it.
the
So
RefNet.
yes, the RefNet.
Do you
Zets.
have an adapter so you can practice online with the GameCube?
Yeah, so definitely gonna do that.
Yeah.
I used to
Hit
use
that up.
the GameCube when I first started, but I transitioned.
Oh, Cabal is registered. I wonder who he's gonna team with. I'm looking at the registrant list.
He was
Cabal is so nasty.
initially gonna team with. I think he may have said Nier, or maybe Nier was gonna team with Hero Pie, and then well Nier's not going anymore because he's broke. So
Then
maybe Cabal will team with Hero Pie. I don't know. I've never seen Cabal play in teams. So Funk, you said he's really good.
no, I'm just saying as a player.
Oh,
Yeah.
I kind of want to see like A Money come back and just like dominate
Oh,
in
Matt
teams.
NF is showing up. He might be okay. I don't know if he's played in a while, but
Oh, I think isn't he teaming with Coral?
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Nice.
Yeah, there are
Reginator is in teams.
a lot of people who signed up for teams but haven't like specified a teammate or anything. So there should be some interesting teams going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of names I don't recognize on this list.
People are gonna have
Yes.
to develop their chemistry on the spot. But you know, the most important thing that the the one thing I ever learned about teams prior to this conversation was the knowledge bestowed upon me by Q, and it was just trust. The number one thing
Yes.
that you need is trust.
It's all about
Definitely.
the trust. That's all it's about, babe.
Not enough people have trust.
I hope Q goes to Apex.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
haven't seen him in since Apex. It's been almost a year.
I miss Q.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this one.
No,
So a solid
So soon?
30 some odd minutes.
not enough flapping.
Not enough flapping. Well, now we can actually play some teams, and I can. Well, if my computer allows me, anyway.
Lag.
Yeah, like I was thinking, man, I don't know who's gonna play teams.
Lag,
That
who's in the
2008.
game. You know, there's a lot of things to consider before we play these teams. You know, me and Knight, we have a check. Like a lot of people don't know this. I might not even should
I
not
don't
even
think
probably
we should
mention
talk
this.
about it in this one.
Never mind.
Oh
It's too
man, it's
much.
just the mysteries.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Rob, it was definitely fun though.
Yeah,
Knight, you're the
I want
man.
to
I love
thank
it
both
too.
of you for staying up late. I mean, I know this is like nothing new, but it's like 2:45 in the morning. But I'm glad both you talked, and there was a good chunks of insightful information with all this. And I'm hoping that
Thank you.
people are gonna listen and like be more inspired to take teams more seriously, play more teams online, or even practice, in preparation for Apex and practice on their consoles and
Yeah.
Yeah.
try to develop some chemistry with some people that they play.
Yeah, people need to definitely have some more awareness on their partners recovering and when to hold and throw.
Yeah, like I say Streak is very, very good at saving people. I think he's one of the more underrated players in teams because of
People
that
need
very
to
reason.
save. That's People
Yes,
need to save.
saves.
Yep.
Yes.
Learn your saves and learn your
Learn the
passes.
saves, man. Sometimes you need to break the game, break your boundaries, step outside the box to understand how far you can go. Because, like, who cares? You lose a lot of games. But if you learn something from it, then you take it for your next game.
Yeah, and there's a whole other level that teams can bring to it. So I'm hoping that people listen and want to,
I'm looking
dig
forward to
into
it.
that level. So
Yep.
thanks to you guys again, and thanks to everybody who listened. And we'll be back in a couple days with whatever the hell the next topic is. But as usual, just leave some comments, do some subscribing, let me know what you guys want to hear, who you want to hear from, and I'll do my best to bring them on and talk about it and shoot the shit with some people about Smash. So till next time, I'm Cobra. Thanks to KnitePhox and Funk for talking, and I'll see you soon.